Hey, this is Greg, community storyteller for Kentucky's Heartland, and with me is on the end, James down there on the end, James Dixon in the middle. He's a champion, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Carlos Dixon, the WBC Youth Silver Super Featherweight Champion. And they get all that on the belt too, right? Pretty much all of it?
Just about it all? Minus the weight class.
All right. So we're excited because we wanted you guys to know about this because you are going to be hanging out at E-Town Swim and Fitness on Saturday.
Yes, sir, I will.
All right. So talk about that. What are you going to be doing there? You going to be working in the pool area or what are we going to be doing?
There's some pad work.
Yeah.
Some pad work.
Yeah, we're going to get started about noon, Los.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan. We're going to go out there, show a little bit of what, we do. A little bit of speed, definitely a lot of technical boxing, and show you guys why we have a world title.
All right, so for those folks who may not be familiar with boxing, you're 10-1. You've got 8 knockouts.
Yes, sir.
And you are going to be fighting for the title. You're going to defend your title in your hometown of Louisville, Kentucky, which hasn't happened before for somebody, right?
Yes, sir.
Not the WBC.
Okay.
They've had title fights, but not the WBC. That's the first one. We've had 5 world champions in Kentucky, the first one being Marvin Hart back in the early 1920s. Of course, Muhammad Ali won it in 1964. He lost it due to controversy. He didn't want to go to the Army. Jimmy Ellis won the tournament, Louisville guy, sparring partner. Then the last world champion was Greg Page in 1984. But all of them won it and defended it outside of Kentucky. And then Carlos, part of this WBC Silver Youth title, we took the challenge. We thought we were about 2 fights away, but we took it in order to get the title defense in Louisville, Kentucky. So I put a lot of pressure on my son. He went over. That was part of that amateur experience that we have. He had 60 amateur fights, so we were prepared. We've been road warriors from day one. All the big tournaments are in California, Kansas City, Chicago. So we went to those tournaments. He was a national champion, runner-up several times. So we were prepared for this moment. But to have the WBC Youth World title in Louisville, it's a big deal for the whole state. The city's buzzing. But it was important because I'm from this area. Grew up in Upton.
Yeah.
And
down in Upton.
Upton, Kentucky. And I spent a lot of time in Elizabethtown, Glendale. So this is kind of where my roots are. And now to be back with my son here in Elizabethtown to help a good cause and to promote the fight. We're extremely honored and blessed to be here.
Well, we're excited to have you here, and we're excited to talk about it, too. So, speaking of excited, I know you were down in Glendale not too long ago. How many stories did he tell you from the time you got off the Glendale exit to where you were going about his athletic prowess at East Hardin?
Anywhere between like 1 and 12, maybe.
So he had a few of those stories that he shared a little bit about it.
Quite a bit.
All right, so let's talk about your athletic prowess. What got you started in boxing? Why did you decide you wanted to be a boxer?
Well, honestly, it wasn't something that was just like, it kind of fell in my lap. I had tried other sports before, basketball and football and whatnot, and they just didn't really grab my attention like boxing did. And after we first, got into it and I got to spar for the first time, got my nose bloody and whatnot, and normally like people get discouraged, but instead I wanted to get it back. So I wanted to go ahead and give that right back to him, so then I'd feel better about it. And then we ended up getting to go to tournaments and going to Silver Gloves and whatnot, and I enjoyed it. I fell in love with the sport, and now it's led me here.
When I've seen boxing, I watched boxing over the years, and some of the boxers look like they're on edge all the time. But you were super chill when you came up, and you're like super chill now. Is that a switch that you turn on before, or is that how you lull them in?
It's just a calm before the storm. That's all. It's just it's one of those things. There's no reason to be all wild up and tight all the time. It's not healthy. I like to stay calm, and when I need to, I switch it on.
So I didn't realize over 60 amateur fights.
60
Yeah,
amateur.
And now you've had 11 professional fights.
Exactly.
That's a lot of boxing.
Yes, sir.
How many hours do you spend a week in the gym?
Not enough.
That's Dad speaking right there. Not enough. It's never enough, is it?
Yeah. There's always room for improvement. So we always, no matter win or loss, I do have a loss on my record, but we use those as lessons. Even when I win my fights, there's always things that we can improve on.
Mm-hmm.
So in this sport, there's always ways to get better, and that's all we try to do.
So you got to fight January the 18th. You're defending the title at Memorial Auditorium in Louisville. Tickets, by the way, start at $25. You can get those tickets if you want. $30.
Yeah, because you have the fees online, but if you stop by Louisville,
$25 plus fees.
Yes, $25 plus a $5 fee. So it's $30 ticket, which is very affordable ticket. Yeah. So all the VIP tables and the VIP tickets have been gone for about 2 weeks. So the ticket sales are picking up. But I'm really hoping to look out and see a lot of people from Elizabethtown and Glendale. And
I can see it in your eyes. You just got the buzz going right now with it all. Why is there such a buzz around this fight? And you're talking about the VIP seats, tickets, tables already being sold. What's the big buzz for somebody that's not a boxing fan?
I think it's the fact that if no matter where you go in the world, if you're from Louisville, Kentucky, or in Kentucky, period, Kentucky's known for its bourbon, horse racing, and boxing, because no matter where you go, you're from Muhammad Ali's from Kentucky, or horse racing, good bourbon. It's all affiliated with Kentucky, and to have a WBC title defense here, we're very honored and privileged. I mean, my son, I'm so proud of him, but our best work is yet to come. The TV stuff, we've passed it up a few times because the fit wasn't quite there, but I just want to go back to something you touched on earlier with my son. You said the calmness. Mm-hmm. One thing I can say about him, I've coached a lot of amateur fighters. We've won the U.S. I've coached fighters now from Russia, from Liverpool, England. And Carlos is we just talked about it in the gym today. He's a very calm guy. He never gets very excited. In boxing, all sports, you have to have that. Mike Tyson said it best. You can have a game plan, but once you get hit in the mouth, it all goes out the window. So there's no need of getting in the raw, all that rah-rah and getting excited, because you have to save that energy. I'd rather have a guy that's just laid back and relaxing and focus on the task than a guy that's in the locker room and screaming and going up and down. As soon as he gets hit, he goes in a shell, and that happens. But the thing about this game is it's high-speed chess. A lot of people that's never seen boxing for live, it's a lot faster in person than on TV, and I think you're going to be in for a treat. Mm-hmm. And anybody that shows up to see world-class boxing live, and just think about that, world-class boxing. To say that in Kentucky, we're now in a pitch. Here's this guy that if we can stay, if God to keep us healthy and bless us to stay healthy, here's a guy that could be a 2-divisional world champion. That would be the first time ever. But we have to support it. We have to get behind him. We got to show the nation that, hey, not only do we have a world champion, but they appreciate it and support it. That's what brings TV. That's what brings other kids along that wants to do something. You look at some of the Mike Tyson stories, the Leon Spinks. A lot of these guys come from very humbled, hard, deprived areas. If you got kids that basketball may not be for everybody, or football,
right?
There is nothing like a guy 101. There's no off season of boxing. So if you got a kid that's kind of troubled and can't find his way, it's beautiful, because when he comes in and he sees a role model like my son and other boys and girls in our gym, they gravitate, because there's nothing more like life than boxing. Because every day he doesn't have his way. Even now in sparring, there may be a day he gets his butt handed to him. It's how he's dealing with it, how he deals with the adversity. That's the mental toughness that makes this game so special. Anybody can have their way when things are going their way and they're just picking it. But what happens when the shoe's on the other foot and you're getting it? How do you deal with it? That's what makes this game so special.
It's a life lesson.
Yes, sir.
And then you were talking about the speed of seeing it live. People have an opportunity to see that on Saturday at E-Town Swim and Fitness, because we're going to be
showing them. You guys got to come out and see the.
So you're going to spar with somebody?
No,
if I find somebody, would you do that?
We could put some
Ken
headgear on
Dozier
you
over there. I mean, he's over there on the couch.
I'd rather get Jeff Key. I'd rather see Jeff Key put some gloves
We
on.
could take either one of those. I'd be good
I
with
think
I
we
don't
could
know
line
if
them
I
up.
can actually do that. Like, I don't think I could do that to them, man.
You're the champion.
That's right, but they didn't sign up for that. You guys are signing them up for that.
You got a lot to learn about E-Town over here, man.
Oh,
So-
man.
That's right.
So with you and your training, and you go in, what is there something you enjoy more than anything else with boxing? Is it? I'm sure I know you enjoy the fight itself because you put all the work into it. But is there something else that you really that really catches you and holds you into boxing?
Well, honestly, it's always the suck. You got to embrace the suck.
Conquer the suck.
That's it.
what I say with running all the time.
There we go. Like that's just one of the things. Like if something just sucks and you just hate it, I guarantee you it's good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's just easy, like with anything, it probably wasn't worth anything.
Yeah. So we're going to show a photo of you of you actually in a fight. Your abs. Do you actually wash your shirts, or you just rub them on your abs and then put them back on? Is it? I mean,
but it's a lot of.
you don't even own a washing machine, do you? You just kind of go old school.
I definitely do.
Okay, I was just checking.
You know, no, it's a lot of sit-ups, a lot of ab work, and a lot of just a lot of repetition.
Do you put a lot? Is that as important as your technique in boxing?
Preparation is one of the big
with
things.
The core work and doing all that.
You got to put the armor on.
That's
Yeah,
right,
you got to put the armor on. If you don't put the armor on, then you going out there with a t-shirt on, and that's no good. You want to have a Kevlar vest on.
Right. I go out there with a schmedium shirt on. It just doesn't even look good. It doesn't even look good at all, man. So if you weren't boxing, what would you be doing?
I say this all the time. I think whenever I stop boxing, I'm probably gonna end up getting real swole. So that's what I'm
Be a
probably
bodybuilder.
gonna
You
do.
look like me.
He
Yeah,
talked about a
I wanna
You look
bodybuilder.
like me. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I want to go ahead and start doing my push-ups a whole
My
lot.
pecs are moving underneath your
Yeah,
shirt. You just
mine.
can't see it.
I got a little
that's
bit.
cute.
It
That's
looks like
great.
my heart's beating.
Carlos, you're no longer ever invited back to this.
I'm
this
sorry.
crowd. No.
I apologize.
So what else? I mean, as far as life, what would you do if you weren't boxing? If you had not got into boxing, what do you think you would be doing with your life?
Honestly, I'm not sure. Probably just a 9-to-5 guy.
Mm-hmm.
Anything to support my children. I have 2 children. I have a 3-year-old, Amelia, and I have
Cute as a button, by the way.
Thank you very much. And then I have a 3-month-old, Ariana. So I'm just trying to be a great father and a great role model to people.
So when you go out, maybe like at a gathering or a group of people, and everybody's telling stories, some people will pull out like a championship ring and lay it down there. Do you hold on a second, and you just flip that belt out, or do you just wear it everywhere?
Honestly,
if I had that, I'd be wearing it everywhere. It'd be like those rodeo cowboys that wear the big belt buckles. I would have that all the time. I would find pants that those could hold up.
Sometimes I forget to grab it. Like today was a prime example. I was walking out of the house. And
bring her on here. She can come on in here.
Here's my 3-year-old.
Look
Here's
at that.
Amelia.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. She's as cute as can be.
What do you say?
Thank you.
Oh my goodness gracious.
But sometimes I forget to grab it just because it is a big stepping stone for us, and it is definitely an amazing platform for us to also touch on everything else that is important to us. Autism awareness, that is a huge thing that it's near and dear to my heart. My little brother actually has autism, and I feel like there's a lot of people that are ignorant to the cause, and I would love to shed some light on the subject.
All right, well you've got the platform to do it. That belt puts a little extra light on it there.
Exactly.
All right, so E-Town Swim Fitness
Saturday at noon. Be there at noon. We'll be there from noon to 4. I know Ken with their organization, they're going to have some things to do at the end. We're going to do some pad work for about 35-40 minutes. You do not want to miss that. That's going to be exciting. So come in, get you a spot, and watch me and Carlos do some pad work, intense pad work. We're going to do a couple of rounds. I'm going to bring our assistant coach to watch the time, kind of see what we go through. He'll warm up, jump some rope for a little bit. And then afterwards, hopefully raise some money for another good cause. We're just blessed. We're extremely blessed that to have this opportunity and platform. And again, if as long as we're blessed and God will continue to shine a light on us, we're going to put the light on things that are real and it's important. needs that of people have needs, real needs. And hey, this is a sport. You know, you have guys out there at our servicemen and women that are out there really laying it down, that's fighting a good fight. And there's people here, Ken Dozier and Jeff Key sit on the board that's helping people in need that really need some attention. Of course, his youngest brother, my youngest son, Jalen, he's autistic, and that's something that's near and dear to us. So as God gives us the light brighter, we're going to direct it towards real things, real causes. There's people out here in life that's having, they're fighting every day the good fight. So if we can shed some light on that and help some folks in need, that's what it's all about, truly.
It is making a difference. I like that. And that's what, Kentucky's Heartland is all about. My title is community storyteller. I mean, that sold me right away because I get to tell stories of people that are making a difference, people, places, and events making a difference in our community.
Absolutely.
And appreciate you guys shining a light, and thanks for bringing in this. Look at this.
Thank you.
She's as cute as
Thank
a
you for
button.
having us, man.
Everybody's just staring at her. I mean, it's nothing about us now.
We're the ugliest ones up here. I mean, she came up and brought a little shine.
Well,
to
I mean,
us.
Carlos is all right. I'm not going to say he's ugly because, dude's got like
know.
rock hard steel hands and a belt behind him.
Yes, he's proud of him. Proud of him. Again, he's a hardworking guy. A lot of people just seem to shine. They'll come to the fights and they see him in the ring, and he's got the real fancy shoes and trunks on, and he's in there and he's putting it down and he's kind of making it look easy, which is not easy. This is professional fighting. Guys have lost their life, so I take it very serious, training him, and I'll emphasize as a father, but he'll tell you that every kid and child that I train him with the same intensity that I've trained him. This is serious business. So, again, very blessed to be here in Elizabethtown. I am so looking forward to E-Town Swim and Fitness. You guys need to come out and just take a look. Hey, it's a good cause. We need to raise some money for a very good cause. And Ken, you want to come up and say a few words? Come on up, man. This is the reason we're here.
I didn't want Ken
Dozier. No, we got to bring Ken in. Ken's the one that made this
We didn't
happen.
sign that contract for that. All right, Ken's going to set in here for a second too. And
Talk a little bit
just
about
remind.
his
By the way,
organization.
can we just talk about your hair? I mean, I have hair envy.
We'd
all
like
the
to
time.
have hair, right, Greg?
Yeah, Ken. What do you think, man? I mean, look at that.
I got it up at the moment. So.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
I put mine up just for you today. Let me put it down. Hold on, it's down. So that's good. I've got hair envy. I mean,
all right, James.
steel abs, cutest little girl I've ever seen in my life, and a hair like that. Ken, what do you got?
Well, I tell you, I got to give props to Jeff Key because he introduced me to both Carlos and James, and Jeff shares a passion that I share with respect to Opal's Dream Foundation, and we take care of a segment of society that just gets forgotten. It's seniors in nursing homes across the state of Kentucky. We're very proud that this past year at Christmas we donated 75,000 gifts for nursing home residents that would have not received anything for Christmas were it not for our organization. We're in about 70 plus homes here in Kentucky right now. Carlos was very gracious because the glove that you see behind you, he came to Elizabethtown back in early December. We sat down for lunch. This glove is one of the two that he actually won the fight with in Kingston, Jamaica.
Wow.
He autographed that glove and donated it to Opal's Dream Foundation, and we're going to have an online auction for this glove to help raise additional funds. So to what James was saying a while ago, I mean, they're using their forum for good that is far beyond any self-serving, opportunity that they may have. I mean, how many organizations would ever receive one of the gloves that was from a title fight and the winner of a world championship fight? So
that's great. So if people want to get more information, by the way, we're going to put it at the bottom at Kentucky'sHeartland.com. If you're watching the video at Kentucky'sHeartland.com, go to the bottom underneath this video. That information is there. We'll have all that underneath there for you, plus information about the fight itself, how to get tickets. All that is below the video. If you're watching on social media, go to Kentucky'sHeartland.com. You can check out the community calendar page too on the January 18th date, and there's a link to all that information as well. So I think it's great. It's a great cause that you're working for. We appreciate all the efforts that you put in there. Carlos, appreciate you too, man.
And I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you for bringing us down here and having this introduction. I appreciate you having us on this podcast. We're actually gonna make sure that you get a certain amount of tickets in order to give away.
Sweet, look at
So
that.
that way,
Look at
you know,
that.
you
Can I get like little things like that for my hair too?
Some
Look at that.
barrettes.
She was showing this, everybody. You got to see those. See, aren't they pretty?
They're beautiful.
There you go. Awesome. All right, so James is over there. Ken Doe's you're right there. That's the champ right there, Carlos, and this is the beauty right here. I am not. All right, make sure you get all that information at Kentucky'sHeartland.com. January the 18th, Memorial Auditorium in Louisville. Tickets are on sale. Carlos, who you fighting again? It doesn't really matter because you're going to win, but who is the other guy?
Luis Ronaldo Castillo.
All right, yeah, what he said, because I probably couldn't go with that again. All right, hey, thanks for watching. It's Kentucky's Heartland. Visit us anytime at Kentucky'sHeartland.com.